And we back. Now, personally, I thought that this series was coming to an end. The From the Last Decade series. Can you guess the last point guard, shooter guard, small forward, power forward, centers, and coaches? We've done 6 versions of this. But here y'all come with a part 7. The quiz makers never cease to amaze me, as today we're doing the highest point per game scorer for each team over the last decade. Let's get into it. Can you name the highest point per game scorer for each NBA team in the last decade? Minimum 41 games played, 33 for the lockout season. Perfect. This is going to be great. 300 questions, 15 minutes. And at the bottom, you can see I have not taken this one just yet. All right, part 7. Here we go as we start off with the Atlanta Hawks, as we always do. We're going to go out some. Last year, it was Dennis Schroeder. As you can see, it starts in 2017, 2018. So we're not talking about so far this year. Before that, we probably had Paul Millsap. Before that, some Joe Johnson in there, because Joe Johnson was a killer. He had a couple years where he was averaging over a dub. And then Josh Smith for a year. All right, Boston Celtics. We're going to have Kyrie Irving. We're going to have Isaiah Thomas. Paul Pierce is going to be in there somewhere. Are we going to have a year of Garnett? No Garnett year. All right. So these are 2 years after Paul Pierce was traded. A.V. Bradley's going to have one of those years. And then there's 1 year right there that I'm not sure, but we'll come back to it and hopefully get it later. To the Brooklyn Nets, we're going to have D'Angelo Russell from last year. We're going to have Brook Lopez from years before that. And look at that. The all-time leading scorer in Brooklyn Nets history, Brook Lopez. Oh, there's somebody in 2008 that averaged 21 for them. That's a lot of points, but I don't know. We'll skip. Now we go on to the Hornets. We have Kemba Walker, of course. Al Jefferson is going to be in there at least 1 year, 1 or 2 years. And then we get to the early... Oh, Gerald Henderson. Wallace? Oh, no. I got John Wall down there, though. Gerald Wallace. And then 2 years there that I don't know. But listen, we going to come back and hopefully get these. I'm just getting the ones that I know off the top of my head. Like last year, Markkanen. It would have been Nico Mirotic, but y'all know Nico Mirotic got traded like 30 games to the season, so he don't qualify. Jimmy Butler. Derrick Rose is going to be in here. We're going to have a Luol Deng year. Ben Gordon in 2008. And there's 1 year where somebody averaged 15 points per game for us, and that was our high. Which is, that's not the greatest. I'm going to start naming some of those point guards we had. I don't think it was Nate Robb. It may have been DJ Augustine. And it was. Boom. Chicago Bulls, 10 for 10. What did y'all expect? Cleveland Cavaliers. We already got Kyrie. Yeah, LeBron. Oh, who else would it be? But there's 1 year after LeBron left. Who is the leading scorer of that team? I was going to say Deion Waiters, but that don't really make sense. Yeah, it's not Deion Waiters. Who was averaging 18 points per game when LeBron left? Before Kyrie got there. I don't know. We're going to come back to it. Harrison Barnes we're going to have for the Mavericks. And then, of course, a lot of Dirk. A lot of Dirk. And then a Monte Ellis year. Don't forget Monte was there. I hate that Monte's no longer in the league, man. He's not even really that old. But I guess the game has evolved where Monte is not worthy of an NBA job no more. Nuggets, we're going to have late Carmelo Anthony, or before he went to New York, obviously. Gallinari. Last year, it would be Jokic, of course. Ty Lawson. Ty Lawson fell off the face of the planet, man. He fell off the face of the planet. He had these many years where he was the top leading scorer. Not only that, he had hella assists. We talking like he was averaging 8, 9, 10 assists a game along with this. And then they drafted Emmanuel Mudiay, and the Ty Lawson just fell off the face of the planet. And it wasn't even like Emmanuel Mudiay was like hooping for them. I don't really know what happened. I don't know. But then he got a job in Washington last year for like the playoffs and stuff. But regardless, move on to the Pistons. Drummond? No Drummond. The Pistons is going to be tough because this is not going to be Blake Griffin. Reggie Jackson. Oh, we got Jack down there. Maybe Jared Jack or something. Reggie Jackson's got 1 year. We're going to have some Rip Hamilton. Let's not forget about those teams. But wow. We're going to have like some Ursa Ilyasova somewhere on there, but not with the Detroit Pistons. It's not Blake Griffin, but I'll type in Blake Griffin. Who was the 18 point per game scorer for them? It wasn't Andre Drummond. And it wasn't Reggie Jackson? Oh, Tobias Harris. before Tobias Harris got traded to the Clippers. See, I'm automatically thinking of him as a Clipper, but of course he was there before he was with the Clippers. But there's is that 5 years of Detroit basketball that I just don't really, we're not talking Billups. That's going to be too late for Chauncey Billups. After Rip Hamilton, but before Josh Smith. Skip. The Warriors, of course, Stephen Curry, and then we're going to have 1 year of Kevin Durant. Easy. James Harden, we have a Yao Ming year. Kevin Martin. Cannot forget about, not Kmart, because Kmart is Kenya Martin, but also Kmart and Kevin Martin. You know, he had the weird, freakish jump shot, but it failed, and it was quick release for Kevin Martin. And then the 19 point per game year is going to be the year Aaron Brooks won Most Improved Player. Pistons, Paul George. I'm not Pistons. Pacers, Paul George. We're going to have an Oladipo year, obviously. Danny Granger. David West? No, but David West is going to be down there for probably like the Pelicans. We're looking for 1 year. The year that Paul George snapped his leg. Who was averaging 16 for them? I'm going to take a shot and say it was Lance Stevenson, but it was not. No, I don't know who was averaging 16. Is that Tyreke Evans? No. Wait, Tyreke Evans just signed there. Who am I? I'll have to come back to it. Because Hibbert was never that. Hibbert was never the offensive threat. It was more of his defensive presence. Clippers, though, we're going to have a Chris Paul year, of course. Last year's going to be Lou Williams. Before Blake Griffin, 18 to 16 points per game. I don't know, but we get it to the Lakers. Of course, it's going to be Kobe B. We're going to have some Nick Young. We're going to have some Julius Randle. No. Last year, 3 people for the Lakers averaged 16. So, it's not Julius Randle. Kyle Kuzma. It's not Kyle Kuzma, so it's going to be Brandon Ingram. There we go. Lakers, I got y'all. Don't forget about those Nick Young years. Give Nick Young another job in 2019, please. Grizzlies, Gasol, Conley, Randolph. It sucks that that team is no longer there. I mean, Mark Gasol and Mike Conley on the trade block right now. But Rudy Gay, yes, Rudy Gay fills out that. All right, Miami Heat. Of course, we're going to have Dwayne Wade. We're going to have a couple years of Bosh, or at least 1 year of Bosh. All right. And then Dragic. Easy. I'm flying through these ones. Bucks, Antetokounmpo. Chris Middleton. We got one. Brandon Jennings. Don't forget Brandon Jennings dropped 50 in the NBA game as a rookie. Don't forget that happened. But now after Monte. Okay, it's a little late for Michael Redd, but I just thought I'd throw it out there. We're going to move on to the Timberwolves. You're going to have Karl Anthony Towns. We're going to have some Wiggs. We have some K Love. And then there's 1 year in between Kevin Love year. We're not talking like a... Nah. I was going to say Ricky Rubio, but Ricky Rubio's never really done that. We got Carmelo. We're going to have Porzingis. Amari Stoudemire. Boom. 1 year of Amari Stoudemire. Glenn Sanity was pretty short-lived, but I thought I'd throw it out there anyway. In 2014, 2015, the number 1 point per game score for the Knicks averaged 11.8. Oh, that's a yikes. But I honestly don't know who it is. We got 2 years of people averaging 20 before Amari Stoudemire and Melo, though. Before Amari Stoudemire and Melo. Come back to it. We're going to have Westbrook, obviously, for OKC, and he's going to fill out that. Brook, there we go. The Magic, Evan Fournier, Nick Vucevic. There we go. Magic, Dwight Howard. Are we going to have Jameer Nelson? No, not Jameer Nelson. Turkoglu? How do I spell Turkoglu? Turkoglu? Okay, maybe not him. 76 is going to be a little bit tougher. Embiid, Jahlil Okafor, his rookie year. But like we talk about the tank teams, we talk about the process teams. I don't even remember a lot of the people on those teams. Robert Covington was on a lot of those teams, but he wasn't averaging 18, 17, 15. Drew Holiday, he was an all-star 1 year. But after that, we got Thaddeus Young. But that's I don't know. Devin Booker, Eric Bledsoe. We got Dragic. Somebody averaged 19 for them before that. I feel like I'm doing pretty good, but I'm also struggling at the same time. Damian Lillard, LaMarcus Aldridge, obviously, that was before he got to the Spurs, but still the Spurs there. Brandon Roy, Sacramento Kings, we're going to have Boogie Cousins all through that. And then after Tyreke Evans, but before DeMarcus, Kawhi Leonard, when we get back to the Spurs, we're going to have a couple years of Duncan. 1 year of Duncan. And Tony Parker. Oh, the rest is TP. Sometimes you forget that Tony Parker was leading them in scoring. At least I did. I thought we were going to have more Tim Duncan than just 1 year. Raptors going to be DeRozan. And then 1 year, that may be Bargnani. But I still don't know how to spell Bargnani's name, so I'm sorry about that. Hayward. And then we're going to have some Mitchell. Carlos Boozer. Come on, man. That's a name. Of course, because he was a former Bull, but that was the year before the Bulls signed him. He was an all-star, and then he came to the Bulls and never was an all-star again. Bradley Beal. We got 29 questions left. We got 1 year in Boston. Of course, it's not Ray Allen, but I thought I'd throw it out there anyway. Jeff Green. Yes! Jeff Green. Filling out that top row. We got Atlanta, Boston, and Brooklyn. We missing 1 year of Cleveland basketball after LeBron left. A couple years of Detroit hoops that I feel bad about. I should know. But I think I'm gonna call it 2 years of the Clippers. Or Maggette. No. All right. Let's call it. We got a total of a 91, which is great. Antoine Jameson, Greg Monroe. I forget that Greg Monroe was very, very good. Rodney Stuckey, George Hill for the Pacers. That makes a lot of sense. Al Thornton, I ain't heard that name in a long time. The Caveman, Chris Caveman, Brandon Knight, Andrew Bogut, Nikola Pakovic. He fell out of the league because of injury. David Lee. I should have got David Lee. Wow. Langston Galloway. That's a yikes that Langston Galloway led them in scoring. Couple years of Iggy, Aaron Aflalo, Elton Brand, Michael Carter Williams, Rookie of the Year. Marcin Gortat, Steve Nash. And that was Bargnani, like I said, and Antoine Jameson. If I would have guessed Antoine Jameson, that was a +3 to the score. But regardless, we got a 91, and that's a pretty good score. If you did enjoy the video, be sure to leave it a like. If there's another from the last decade you want to see, let the people know in the comment section. I'm pretty sure the quiz creator is going to be strolling. They'll create the quizzes for the squad. Thank y'all so much. This has been Kenny. Peace.